Welcome back to the Ed Show. It's not just about Trayvon Martin. It's about stand your ground. Laws in 25 states across this country. Critics call these laws a license to kill. Today, New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg joined civil rights groups to reform or repeal existing stand your ground laws and to defeat similar proposals in other states. Mayor Bloomberg hit it front and center. He called out the National Rifle Association.
Florida was the NRA's first target, and it succeeded in pushing the bill through the legislature over the objections of leading police and law enforcement leaders. In reality, the NRA's leaders weren't interested in public safety. They were interested in promoting a culture where people take the law into their own hands and face no consequences for it. Let's call that by its real name: vigilantism.
Bloomberg said the right to self-defense was already well established and stand your ground laws were not necessary and led to horrible consequences.
Instead, they justify civilian gunplay and invite vigilante justice and retribution with disastrous results.
And the mayor of New York offered the example of 3 big states. Florida averaged 12 justifiable homicides per year before stand your ground law was passed. But after the legislation passed, so-called justifiable homicide jumped to 34 per year on average. In Georgia, so-called justifiable homicides doubled. In Texas, a similar result. Let's turn to Ben Jealous, President and CEO of the NAACP. Ben, good to have you with us tonight.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Now, this Trayvon Martin case has brought forth a conversation that I think we've never had before about stand your ground. It's put it front and center. ALEC obviously has been very involved. The National Rifle Association has been very involved. Are we set to have a legislative war in this country? What do you see coming down the pike?
Well, first, let me just say on this night, given the news that has happened between that press conference and this moment, that my heart really goes out to Trayvon's family. This is a great moment, and it is at the beginning of a journey towards justice, and it's a journey we have wanted to be on. As Reverend Sharpton said, this is a moment for relief, but not a moment to relax.
Ben, I want to show you. This is the video of George Zimmerman arriving at the Seminole County Intake Center just moments ago. First, your reaction to the charge of second-degree murder brought against George Zimmerman.
Yeah, look, I think that's a good thing. I think that we were concerned that they may come out with manslaughter today, and so it's good to see her come out with second degree. My understanding is this is the maximum that she could pursue without the grand jury, and it's a very serious charge. We have said all along he should be charged with murder. This is being charged with murder.
Here's more from the state attorney about stand your ground laws.
They fight these stand your ground motions. Mr. Moody just finished a 4-day full stand your ground motion on another case. We fight hard. Some of them we've won and we've had to appeal them, or the defense has appealed and we've won it on appeal. Some we fought hard and the judge ruled against us. That's happening to prosecutors all over the state.
I mean, this is making the landscape pretty tough for a conviction. Now, moving forward, what's the game plan to get it repealed in 25 states across the country?
Well, look, we need to have an honest conversation. I think, the reality is that until this case happened, and let's be clear, in this case, the issue is, frankly, the gross misinterpretation of this law. But, until this case happened, the country wasn't talking about it. People didn't realize that these laws actually are wild, wild west laws. These are shoot-to-kill laws. These are shoot-first laws. These laws say basically, look, if one drug dealer's packing and the other one's packing and they both get scared, they can both shoot at each other lawfully. There's been cases that, where literally thugs, violent armed thugs, have been let off because they got scared. And so we absolutely need to have a conversation about this. We need to get rid of these laws, but at the same time, we need to be clear that if we're going to prevent more Trayvon Martins, we have to deal with racial profiling. We have to deal with black men's lives, frankly, not being valued by the cops in the same way. And so, this is the beginning, I would say, of a series of pushes that you will see coming out of this case. One of them to get rid of stand your ground laws, one of them to finally end racial profiling in this country.
Ben Jealous, great to have you with us tonight. I
Thanks,
appreciate your time. Ben Jealous of the NAACP.
Thank you.